It's another Iron Man build. I know it looked like we pretty much finished him in the last episode, and I kind of put him together a little prematurely because there's still more parts for us to put in. Plus, I have a couple of pieces to our stand that we still need to finish, box 26. And then we'll also be talking about this other box, number 27. And why do I have 27? And why do the issues keep going, even when we finish today? But first, this is your Geek Fix. Whew, still sweating. I don't know if it's because it's just the hottest summer that we've had, or if it's the fact that it's just so exciting, right? We've got boxes 26, 27, and a piece of the base that we still have to finish. I think that's actually what I want to start off with, just so we can get it done, which means I'm also going to need to take down our Iron Man over here. So, just take him down from here, like this. Oh, he's so heavy. I mean, this is mostly metal, keep in mind. And he's so much bigger. Remember, I'm about 6 feet tall. So, I think he looks like about 1/3 of my size. That's probably why he's bigger than the other Iron Man I have. It's 1/4 scale. But, at any rate. And, okay, there he is. So he's just gonna be chilling right there. And then I'm gonna take down this arm over here. And so, yep, 13 is the first part. So this is the part that I didn't have before. Now I do. There's plenty of screws and ball bearings in this one, because we're gonna be making this into a Lazy Susan, which I've been debating whether or not I think that's a good thing. When you get them all standing and together, I just kind of feel like it's a little tricky moving them around, but that's fine if you're into that sort of thing. So what we're doing in this one, I've got some little pieces here that we're going to be putting into this ring. Here we go. I'm going to go ahead and flip those over real quick. Great. And I'm going to move the magazine and this part for a second. And so what I'm going to be doing, we're going to be taking this right here. Now you notice that this side, the pieces are fairly flat. This side, we actually have some pieces that stick up. So that's the way we want to lay it down, just like that. What we're going to do here is we're going to take those bearings out. Maybe. I'm going to be putting it into each of these holes as I go around here. And then we're taking these pieces right here. What I want to do is put it downward like this and on top of those ball bearings. And then I'm going to be securing those down using these IP screws, which the screw I think I have the most of. And there you go. So, yeah, I want to make sure that they can still kind of spin within each of those. So, there you go. All right. And for that part of the base, that was issue 13. We're all done with that one. And now we move on to issue 14 of the Stands Assembly Guide, and we're going to be using this pack right here, which is the last pack to my knowledge. Let's see, I might be speaking prematurely here, but at any rate, a couple of discs in here. We've got 2 screws, so that might mean that there's only 1 screw. Because usually we're giving 1 extra, which, interesting enough, that last piece I just did, it had actually 1 less than it's supposed to. So, luckily I have plenty of those IP screws, right? Alright, so, what we're going to be doing now, we've got 2 different kinds of discs here, as you can see. How different are they? How do I tell the difference? Maybe they are exactly the same. So you just basically, you take one and you stick it into the other, just like this. And then you take one of these little parts right here, which is 14B. And those are different, by the way, this one versus this one. 14B has a little hole in it, like that. So that's the one I want. I'm going to be putting 14B just like that, right there. And so now we're going to be taking the other piece, just like this, putting it down on top of there, just like that. Then taking the other one, 14C, which is the one with the sticky outy part here, sticking it down into there. And then I'm taking one of those screws, sure enough, it's just one. And I'm going to flip it over first. There we go, screwing it down, but it's a little hard to screw though because the pieces want to spin as you're doing it. All right. And now officially, when I spin this, see that? So where does that go? Well, it goes technically underneath this. So if I flip this over like so, then what I'm doing is I'm taking this part and I'm just dropping it in there, which now allows it to spin like that. Again, I'm not sure if I want that, but we can see how well it works. So I'm gonna flip it over, I guess, while that's in place. And there we go. Yeah, there it goes. It does spin, just like that. So, good to know. So, that means now we can move on to box 26, which for a lot of the other models, 26 would be your last one. We do have some parts here. This looks like more connection pieces, like the last one. Some more fins for the hips, I think. Oh, look, I just got another one of these. So I guess I can have two sets. Maybe this one fits the other stand better. I don't know. And then down here, we have issues 99. Oh, there is more to the stand. There is more. One more stand piece. Oh, this part's pretty cool. We'll talk about that here in a minute. And then, here's number 100. And then, because typically, this would be our last stage, I do believe. So, yeah. So it says this doesn't have to be goodbye. So this is technically supposed to be our last box. And we'll talk about why I have a box 27 here in a second. But in the meantime, let's put these out here. And I'll move this box out of the way. We'll use the stand for a place to put some parts. And I also have some other parts still over here that we kind of started but didn't finish. So let's see here. So we have issues, like I said, just issues 99 and 100. But 100's pretty thick. I mean, it looks pretty thick. Unlike the R2 one though, that's not because there's so many directions. They've actually given us a lot more information. So in these magazines, we get to learn more about Axis and kind of getting into some of the dark stuff. I've kind of mentioned this before. This is where we start getting into both some of the animation that's been released recently, as well as some of the darker comics that were really more for adults. We also get into things like Civil War, which I'm surprised. I thought this set came out before that movie did. And so the fact that this is in here, I don't know if they update the magazines as they kind of turn these out. I'll have to ask somebody like World of Wayne, because I know he's put some of these models together more than once. I wonder if the magazines do get updated as time goes by. But I mean, look at all the information here. Remember too, this is the format that we use for when we're doing movie stuff versus the comics. By the way, if I could have something, it would be the large scale Hulkbuster with the little Iron Man that goes inside. But at any rate, let's go ahead and jump into magazine number 99 right here. I mentioned when I pulled out some of these parts that I recognize some pieces. These pieces actually right here particularly. We put them together before. They are the waist pieces, I think, on Iron Man. And remember, we started to build a new waist, I think, to go with this new back, which I just mentioned has that curved spine to it. At least I'm suspecting that's what it is. We'll soon find out. We have some screws in this one. You want to be careful to grab. Oh, and more of those. Actually, it doesn't seem like there's that many parts for us to be using that many screws, but I'm probably wrong. So, okay, I've already got one piece that's over here. Okay. So, first thing we're going to be doing is we're going to be working with these. We have one that is a left and one that's a right. Let's see if those are marked. They are. This is the right one. It's an R on it. This one's the left one. So right, left, I'll organize them in the same way. And then I've also got, it looks like 99C is the same for both of these. They're both the same part. So I'm going to put those over here. And then the piece that I'm starting with is 99A, which is this one right here. It's shaped like this. And we're going to be taking one of those 99Cs right here. I'm going to be connecting that just in the middle. You saw that there's 3 holes there, but that's because 2 of those holes are where we stick in the pegs. And I'm always afraid plastic to plastic. We want to make sure most of our parts are really tight, but not the plastic to plastic ones, because we could also easily strip those. So we've got that piece. Now we're doing left, which is this one. Again, has the L on it. I'll make sure of that. And the way that we're hooking that in is so that it goes down this way. So, sounds good. And we're going to be using a really long OP screw. I think that's these ones right here. And we're going to be connecting that through from the right side. So sticking it through from the right side. It took us quite a long time. So making sure it went all the way through. It did. Look at that. And just to be safe, I'm going to do this one just as tight as I can with it being plastic. All right. And then we're bringing back another piece that we've already made. Okay, so I've got a couple of these. So we're going to take one of those, and we're also going to be taking this piece right here. Yes, this one right here. So this piece and this piece. And what we're going to be doing with those is we're going to be turning this direction, not quite the way I thought it would be. So it's going on there like this. Right, okay. Suppose that's something we've done before. And then what we're doing is, you see how there's this little piece that sticks out right here with that hole? That's the part that we're going to be screwing into to hold it into place. Just that one screw right there. And that screw is going to be a QP, which is the other one that I mentioned. Nice and tight. All right. Very good. Now that's on there. Turning my page now. Yep. Now I'm going to be doing the same thing that I did on the other one of these. So I'm going to be putting one of these. Oh, this one doesn't have 3 holes for guiding it peg-wise. It's just got kind of a thing to lock it into place like this. And of course I'm using IP again. Perfect, just like that. And then this time it does go this direction, like so. And I'm going to be putting, I'm going to screw it so it will actually tighten it, like so. There we go. Okay, perfect. Now we've got those parts. We've got another one of these. Look at that. Woo-hoo-hoo. And we got another one of these. Look at that. Whoa. And doing the same thing I did last time. Sticking that through there. Like that. And then attaching it with a QP screw. Just like that. Nice and tight. And boom. Done. With that one. Okay. Now, that finishes off that magazine. That was number 99 now. number 99, bringing us to number 100. I do like a lot of these magazines, actually. I would like to keep them. They do have kind of holders for them. I know the Star Trek one comes with an actual holder, which is something that I like to do. Anyway, so here we are in our final magazine. We've got 2 of these things now, right? We got this one. We've got this one right here. Got 2 of those. And then we're going to be opening up a bag that has the hooked together parts. So it's looking like we're going to have 3 waistlines for 3 different positions. So the one that's already on him that I already connected early. And then these 2 that we are constructing right now. Got 3 sets of screws right here. And I might move this magazine actually out of the way. Go ahead and open up this, which also has a lot of springs in it. I'm going to take these pieces, lay them down like this. I'm going to take our buttons, which I recognize. I know exactly. I mean, I recognize everything that we're doing here because we've done this before. We've done this before. So, anyway, now what I'm going to do is I need to make sure that I'm grabbing the right piece, though. So I've also got these 2 pieces right here, right? Ones with the buttons. And so the first one that I'm wanting to grab has this piece that sticks up on this side. As you can see, this is where the spine is starting to go up, and it's going at an angle here. Okay, and then we're going to be sticking in a button, and I don't think it matters which one. They look exactly the same. So, in fact, I'm going to go ahead and throw that one into that one. So I'm just putting springs, one that goes on that tall piece, one that goes on the short piece. All the springs are the same length regardless. And okay, so we've done that now. Next, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be bringing over the hinge piece. So it's going to be connecting. It goes into this hole right here. I'm going to connect it like that so that it holds it together, just like that. Then, what we're going to be doing is I'm going to be bringing over the piece that is, that is it. So it's that one right there. Okay. And then the big piece is I need to make sure that these pegs are hooking in together just right. The middle piece goes in just right. I remember last time I was worried because screwing this thing together was a little tricky. So, first part we want to do, using the QP screw to get it down into that same hole that we've been doing the other ones through. Oh yeah, baby. Finally. It's such an awkward piece before you put that screw in that it would be separate like that. I wondered why it was never screwed together. And that actually holds a lot of this together now. And then we got to grab our 100. Let's see here. The 100 is this one right here. So it curves right here. So I'm going to be taking that piece now. Does that look right to you? Suppose that's how it is. And then we're using KP screws to fasten that down. So, okay, KP screws it is. Now you're thinking, there's no rhyme or reason about where he's putting things, but okay. Alright, so you got this little waist piece that sticks out like that. And then that part's right there on there like that, so that things can come down and clamp onto it. And you got this part down here for hooking on the other way. Pretty cool so far, alright. So now we're going to be bringing over the other side to do very much the same thing. So first off, I want to connect this piece right here to here, so like that. And then put this piece right in here, put the springs on, 1 and 2, just like that. And then what we're going to be doing is bringing over this piece right here, which is going to be sliding back onto here, lining up onto those screws, as well as on the piece putting up here. making sure those are all tight together. Taking one of my QP screws here, like so, and connecting that. Okay, and then on the next side, of course, we're bringing down this piece, which is the opposite one now, which goes like this. And I'm going to be using all these other weird screws that I'm going to be putting in here. This time I think I'll start with this hole right here. Haha! I don't know. I just can't seem to get it to line up. The hole on the other side doesn't exactly help it. Oh wait. I've got a bit of a gap on this side. I might have to do some other things to make that work out, but generally speaking, that's the idea. Alright, the whole idea is that you can make him pose, and this is it, by the way, in relation to section 100. In order to get him to pose like this, where his body's twisted, I would use this different abdomen, which requires that then I'm taking off the bottom part, I'm taking off the legs, I'm switching everything out. I think I also have to take off the chest piece, but they don't make it look that way. I guess I could try that. Oh, Iron Man. Okay, so first thing it's saying I have to do is I push on this back. Don't forget your magnetic pieces are coming off. Push on this button, and his legs should separate out. Okay. Let's see. Oh, okay. Well, that took off the top part. Okay. So far, so good, I guess. Can I put the abdomen section? Here we go. This one right here. Can I put that right there? Like that? And then that means I'd have to take off this piece. The release for that one is right here, supposedly, right? Or no, it's right here. Right here. So if I push on it, will that come off? Oh! Yes, it does. Just it's a little scary. Alright. I think the chest piece is supposed to come off first. There we go. Okay. Oh, there it goes. Whoa. So it definitely, it's a crunch too. So it's crunching that abdomen right there. I think this might be tied to the pose that I just saw on the magazine. Should I try and make that? Let's see. So yeah, look at that. I mean, that's still pretty interesting looking. Look at that. That's pretty cool. But any rate, so yeah, you have these different positions that you can make using these abdomen pieces. So that's the idea behind those. I don't know what the benefit would be with him standing with that kind of a piece in there, but I'm gonna put him down here now, because now there is one more magazine that's in here, which is the premium based, the light stand. We're going to be assembling one more of these. I don't know why, because I already have one. It's right here. Is it different than these pieces? I mean, it looks like the same one I did. Maybe not. I remember I didn't like these sticker things that we used to be able to assemble it, but it is what it is. I remember there being screws in it, but that piece, and some of this, great, just like that. So the first thing I'm going to be doing is sticking this together like this, and making sure I can kind of see through those little holes. And then I'm going to take which are these little sticks, and I'm just going to push those through until they wind up on the other side. I remember that being hard last time too. Where's the other one? I'll put in both in at this point. Come on, baby. And really, what do they expect here? Tap them gently with a hammer. Should go get a hammer then. Can't do this gently. Okay, and then what we're going to do is assemble this part, the actual hook. To do that, what we're going to be doing is I'm first off going to be adding some spongies to it. You get 3 because, of course, we have an extra every time. And the whole idea is that should go at least the way I did last time. I even made it go a little bit onto the end. Just like this. Just like that. And then do the same thing on the other side, starting it a little bit here and bringing it all the way around, just like that. Perfect. And then I'm going to be taking my spring, which is right here. And the tricky part about this is we need to make sure that when I put it on, that it hooks in the right way. So we're going to do it just like that. See that? And then bracket 1, you'll notice it also has a little notch right here that we're going to be trying to hook up with the other one. Just like, there we go, just like that. And then we're going to be connecting those together with a GM screw. Okay, just like that. And now it works like this. And so there's also these stickers, which I also have 2 of. And I'm just going to take one of those, just like so. And I'm going to be wrapping that around here. I'm trying to see which way to do it. There we go. Just like so. This just allows it to slide into my stand a little bit easier. And then what we're going to do is we're going to be putting that right over here into that hole, just like that. And this part right here, the way it works is that it hooks into these just like this. When it's up here, there we go. And so now when I want to stand them up, I can. Legs here, and then bring this part around and just clamp it right onto them, just like that. So it holds them up just like that. And there you go. So now it's got that Iron Man look to him. There you go. Again, he's so big that he's blocking out my light. But again, as you can see, we also have this book that basically says, hey, you know, don't end the journey there. Look, you can also get other things. Speaking of which, it also comes with this little magazine. And in this one, what it talks about is our battle damage stuff. Customize your Iron Man Mark III armor with Battle Damage series, reflecting the wear and tear of his many adventures. And yeah, it has several battle damage parts that you can get. And so the thing that I don't know is, does this just come with him standard? Or do you have to buy it separate? I don't see anything saying to purchase it. And I haven't seen on the site where you purchase it. It just has this little manual. And then I received, like I said, box 27, which contains battle damage pieces from the head to the hands. And also contains more magazines, which says 101, 102, 103, and 104. So it looks like I'm basically building Iron Man again in battle damage form? I don't know, better stay tuned. Want to thank Fanhome for providing us with this model to be able to review, but they also gave us a promo code. So if you're interested in purchasing this, use the code Tony Stark. Also, I'll continue to review these as they come out. So if you can't get it, you can also experience this by proxy. Remember to like, subscribe, comment below, keep watching. This is your Geek Fix.